Hi guys, welcome back. Today in this tutorial I will show you guys step by step how to draw this character in Adobe Illustrator, and also in the part 2 of this video I will show you guys how to animate this cool animation in Adobe After Effects. So let's get started with the design of the part 1 of this tutorial. Alright guys, so let's start drawing our character. For this design I'm going to use a very basic flat design, and I'm going to use only the basic shapes to create this character. These kind of characters are very easy to design, guys. So let's start with the background. So I'll create a BG layer and I will go to the rectangle tool and place a rectangle in here, and I want to give a different color to this background. Maybe this one looks nice. Alright, so I will use these colors to my artwork. So let's stick to these colors, and if you guys want, you can download these colors from my website. I will put the links under the description below. Alright, so our background is done. Let's lock the layer for now and start with our face. So face, and I will go to rectangle again, do a small rectangle shape in here, and let's give the color maybe this one. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the corner radius tool in Illustrator to make this shape as a face, very basic shape. And maybe this one I bring down a bit, or before that maybe a little bit corner in here, and I will use one more rectangle and make the neck part like this, and I will bring this one a bit here. Let's select both of them and go to align tool. Make sure alignment is select to the selection and align left, and now select both of them, go to Pathfinder and make as one shape. Alright, so that's it guys. Our face with the neck is done. Easy. Just let's bring this one a bit here, like this. And now what I want to do is I want to draw the hair. To do the hair also I will go to rectangle again. I put the hair, the back hair like this in here, and I will give this purple color to this hair. And what I will do is, let's zoom in a bit. I will click all and drag to copy one more rectangle from this one and make this one as our top hair. Let's bring down a bit like this. Looks cool. And what I want to do now is I want to bring this one a bit here like this. Let's bring all of them a bit here. Alright, bit to the right left side. Alright, and now I will bring this one bit more behind like this to the left side, and let's make a corner radius like this. And here also I will bring this one a bit down like this, and again I will use the corner radius tool to make this hair shape. Okay, so looks cool. Maybe this one we bring down a bit, one more, yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one more rectangle, and this. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two in here and make as one object, and then select both of them and use the corner radius tool to make this hair like this curly type of hair. And I want to do the same for this corner also, but before I do that I want to get rid of these unnecessary anchor points in here. And to do that, it's really easy guys. Just press on the minus on the keyboard button, which will bring up this minus anchor point tool, and just click on the anchor point which you don't need. Alright, so we have get rid of the anchor point which we don't need, and now select this one and bring down a bit like this. And now I'm going to select this and make it as a corner like this. So our head is going to be a funny looking head. So also I will do the same to this one also. Alright guys, so our head and the hair is done. So in our animation, this part is going to animate. so that's why I will keep this in a separate layer. Now what I want to do is I want to use the Pathfinder tool to cut some of these positions in here. So let's start from the bottom part. So I'll draw a rectangle like this and select these two and go to Pathfinder and minus the front, which will take out the front part of this Pathfinder. And now I will select this and make it as a rounded corner, and this one also. And now what I want to do is I want to make the ears. We are going to use mostly rectangle for this entire model, so I'll draw one more rectangle like this and select the color from here by eyedropper tool. I just pressed I, or you can go to tools and select the eyedropper tool to select the color, and bring this one a bit smaller. And you guys already guessed, I'm going to use the same thing again to do the edges circle like this. Alright, maybe we can bring this one a bit inside, so we will have some sort of nice ears like this. Maybe this one also we bring it up a bit and make this corner as a rounded corner. Alright guys, and one thing I want to do is I want to make this side also a rounded corner, so you'll have a little bit more here kind of thing. Okay, so what I will do now is I will select this one again, Alt and drag, which will copy and make a smaller version of the hair like this, and I will give a darker tone to this one, maybe this color. Okay guys, so our face is almost done. The next thing I want to do is I want to create a shadow in here, which is really easy. The same concept, we draw a rectangle on top in here, and I want to bring this to this edge. So it's easier if you guys on the smart kits on, so you don't need to worry about it's overlapping or it's not matching with the corners. Now what I want to do is I will bring this one a bit higher like this and select both of them and make them as a rounded corner like this, so we have this nice shadow. Okay, alright, so this shadow looking good, so we will do the same in here also. I'm going to draw a simple rectangle like this in here, and I'm going to bring this one higher like this, and let's bring this one, maybe we select all of these and right click, arrange front. Okay guys, so we have our nice shadow, and maybe this one we bring up a bit like this. So now we have nice shadows and we have some sort of depth to this character. Alright guys, so our face is almost done. Then the next step is I'm going to draw glasses for this character, so we will have some kind of animation with the glasses as well. So I'm going to go to the ellipse tool and I'm going to draw a circle like this, and what I will do is I will Alt drag will copy this ellipse, and let's make it smaller, bring it in here, and let's give a nice color, maybe this one for now. Later on we can change and play with the colors, and maybe a little bit more smaller like this, and zoom in a bit. And what I wanted is I would select this and Ctrl C, Ctrl V, just place it in here. And now I'm going to draw another rectangle. Don't worry too much on this one guys, we are going to animate this in Adobe After Effects later, so this is just for a reference, so no need to worry too much on this part. And just rotate this one like 45 degrees and okay, and select all of them and make only the center part visible. and let's just put it in here for now and give a lighter tone. Later we will adjust this one. Okay, so select both of them and make it as a group, and all of them go to align and center them. So now we will have everything centered nicely. Just select both of them, all drag again to copy one more and just place it in here. Now select all of them and align to the center. Alright guys, so also we will place the center portion of this glass and select this color, and we can select these color, these things, all three of them, and make it as one object, because we are not going to animate that one, we are only going to animate the glass part in here. So I will select these and make it as one group, bring it to the back. Alright guys, for this one I copy this one more and select these two like this, make it very small and bring it in here, and just delete this portion out from here, so we will have more here looking feeling with this design. Alright guys, so our head is done. So let's move on to other portions of this character. So let's start with the body. The body, we are going to have one big box like this in here, and select the, I think this color is fine, or you can change it to a different color if you want, maybe purple. Yeah, purple like this better. And then what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to make this one like this in here. We don't need the neck to be so long like this, so, and I'm going to draw the collars like this, and one more in here like this, and let's bring this one a bit more smaller like this, and this one is coming from behind, so we need to adjust this one according to the neck. So I will just drag and place it on exact points, which, alright, and this one also I will make these corners as rounded corners, and this one also a big rounded corner like this. And what I want to do is, I want to draw one more shape like this in here. Let's bring it in here. Maybe we can change the color so we can see what is really going on. So I will bring this one where the neck is finishing. Alright, so this one, what I will do now is, I will bring this one this side like this, so maybe like this, and select both of these sides and make as a rounded corners. Now select this one and we minus off from the big box on this one, and we go to Pathfinder and take off that part. Alright guys, so our body, the shirt is almost there. Now what I'm going to do is, this one we bring down a bit like this. Alright, so make the rounded corners for other parts also to make it like a body. So I will select here these two, maybe this one first, make it as like this. So we will have this shoulder in here, and here also we put a little bit, not until like the top one, maybe like this is fine. Alright, and this side also I'll do the same as the other side, and this side we will just bring a bit here because this character is sitting, so we will have a little bit of tummy shape and bring it below. And now let's bring it as a rounded corner. Okay guys, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to draw one more box in here, give a darker tone to this one, and I will alt copy one more, and this time bring it longer and place it in here. And what I will do is, I will bring this part to go with the collar like this, and this one also I will bring like this. Alright, and now select all of them. I will go to Pathfinder and unite them, and just zoom in a bit. So as you guys remember, we don't need these extra anchor points, so just click on the minus key and click on these anchor points which we don't need. Alright, so let's go back to direct selection tool, and let's make this one a bit like this first. Now select these and make them as rounded corners. This one also as a rounded corner to go with the top portion. This one, and this one also I bring it in here, then make it as a rounded corner, so which will look like a shadow. And this one also I'll make as a rounded corner. Alright guys, so this part is done, and we will do the same for this one also. For this one I just copy this, alt drag, and make this one smaller like this, and double click on this one, and we can bring these two anchor points until here. Now we can give the darker tone to this one. Now I bring down this one a bit. Let's zoom out, and maybe we bring all character a bit smaller, maybe like this. Okay, first I'm going to draw one more shape in here, same as earlier, rectangle, and now this time I will use a different color for this one, maybe this one, and let's do the same it behind. And now what I want to do is I want to make this as a rounded corner like this. Maybe bring this one a bit like this. So now we need to work on the legs in here. So let's zoom in a bit, bring this character here, maybe we can bring it smaller. Alright, so let's work with the legs. Okay guys, so before I start with the legs, this character is sitting on a chair or a cube, I think the cube, and browsing the phone. So our legs is going to be like this in here and going to be longer. So for this character style I want to make the legs longer and the hands bigger. So we will have our own unique style. At the same time I want to animate the legs in After Effects also. So I want to divide the legs into two portions. One is this part on top, which is not going to animate, it's going to sit there nicely. The other part, the bottom part, I want to have a small slide animation like shaking the legs or something similar to that. Let's divide into two and start with the leg. Before the legs, what I'm going to do is I want to draw belt with the buckle in here. Let's go to the rectangle and draw the belt, and let's give a maybe this tone, this color looks alright, or maybe a darker tone for that one. And let's adjust this one with the body. Okay, I think this is looking good. Maybe you can bring it little bit more outside and make a rounded corner also, so we have some sort of depth to this one as well. And here we can make it as a bit rounded corner. Okay, so let's draw the buckle, just a box will do, and bring it smaller and maybe rotate a bit. These things are not going to animate, so you don't need to worry too much, just place them there. So in the overall design these things will look nicer, that's the only reason. And maybe for this one we give a background tone, yeah, this one, and we make the all corners as rounded corners like this. Alright, this is good enough. Yeah, this is good enough. So rotate a bit. Yeah, okay guys, so this one is all right. Okay, so let's go to the legs. So first I start with the behind leg, and then I will go to the right leg. So behind leg, what we are going to do is I'm just going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to select this color from here. I will draw one more rectangle which is vertical like this, and bring the corners little bit more pointy, and let's bring both of them in here. Select both of them and make the same color like this, and this one we adjust with the leg. Alright, and now select both anchor points of both rectangles and make them as rounded corners. So that's it guys. So this is the leg portion, and I will do the same with the other one also. This one is going to be the front leg, so you place it in here like this, and we can bring all of them a bit more longer like this, and this one and this one. This one I will bring little bit more slanted like this. This one also. Alright, and this corner, let's make it as a rounded corner like this. Alright guys, so we have these legs, but there is no shadow, that's why there is no depth to these two legs. So let's make the shadows. First, the behind leg, we will have this shadow from this leg. So I'll copy this one more time in here, make it smaller, and put it here like this, and give a shadow layer which is this color, and bring it behind. Let me bring it here, and here also let's make it a rounded corner like this. Alright, for this leg, what I want to do is I want to have a nice outline like this, but since this part is animating, we need to divide it into two. Before that, I will make this corner as a rounded corner, and I will select both of them, make it a little bit, zoom out, and alt drag copy. Now this time I will select both again and make one more copy and place it in here. So we are going to cut out this part from these two, and this part is going to be our shadow lines. But select these two now first, and go to Pathfinder and take out the front, and for this one also select these two, take out the front. So we have two objects in here which is going to animate. This part is going to animate independently than this one. Alright, so select both of them, give the darker tone to them, and just bring it here and place it in the correct position. And let's bring this one a bit shorter, maybe until here. Yes, look fine. Alright, and I also want to have a nice wrinkles here. To do that, it's really simple guys. Just go in here, draw one more rectangle like this, and make it as an outline, make it bigger, select one corner, the top corner here, and make it as a rounded corner. And we delete these things which we don't need, and maybe let's make it little bit more thicker stroke width. And now these two looks the same. Go to object and expand. Now select these two and make it as one object. So select these two, not this one, and this one, and group as one object. So we have this one as one object, and these two as one object. This one we are going to animate, the other one we are not going to animate. Alright guys, maybe we select all of these and bring it in a bit like this. Maybe this one also being a smaller. Okay, so our leg is is done. Maybe we need to put a shadow in here as well. Let's make some rectangles. As always, select all of these rectangles and go to Pathfinder, make it unite them. Now select, you can double click so we won't affect the other objects. Select these corners, make them as rounded corners. Oops, select all of them and make them as rounded corners, and select this, Ctrl C, Ctrl Shift V, and now only need the overlapping portion, and let's give a shadow to them. Alright guys, so our character is almost ready. Before I continue, I feel like I change these colors to maybe a lighter tone of blue, this one. So we will have this one also, so we will have this nice shadow which go with the colors. Okay, so let's finish it off with the feet. Just a simple shoe will do. A box and one more box below and one more box here, but this one must be thinner and longer. And this box, let's bring the corners at rounded corners, and this one bring it a bit here like this. Draw one more box. This one also, let's make it as rounded corners. Now select both of them, make it as one object. Let's make it as rounded corners. Now select everything, maybe this one, bring it a bit here. Now select everything, unite them together, bring it in here, and we have one more box in here like this. This time bring this one to this corner in here, and like this will do. Both of these corners I'm going to make as rounded corners. Select all of them and unite them. Now go back in here. There are a couple of unnecessary anchor points we need to take out. Just click on the minus, we'll take off these things. Alright, and this one we can bring it like this, and this one also we can make it as rounded corners. Okay guys, I think this will do. Maybe we bring the size a bit more smaller, and let's place it in here. Maybe, yeah, it's looking good. Alright, so for this one I want to give a blue color, and want to break this one into two. I'm going to use the line like this. I'm going to cut these two into two objects, and for this one I want to do the darker tones. Alright guys, so this look better, so I will do the same with the other one also. Copy, place it in here, maybe a little bit more like this, and also a bit more like this, so we have that relaxed feeling. Okay, so this leg, let's bring it into the shoe. Alright, so our leg is done. So for the hands, the right hand is going to hold the phone and the left hand will be pressing on the phone. So let's start with the left hand, which is easier first. Okay, so same as earlier, I'm going to use boxes only, rectangles. So this will be the arms and the shoulder part we are going to make as one object, and this one will be the elbow, and then we will have the hands. Alright, we will make one more copy, make it a bit more bigger, and as you guessed it, select these two, make as rounded corners. This one also rounded corners. This one we can just give a small round corner, and for this one I will bring this here like this, fit into the elbow, and we bring this to the front. And now I want to give a color same as the face. This one, this part will be like this, and this one, let's bring it like this. Maybe we make it bit more thinner, and this one, let's make it rounded corners. This one we bring it until here like this. And now I want to bring the hands to here, and let's make this as a rounded corner like this. This one we bring big rounded corner. This one we can leave it like that. So what we are going to do is we are going to make this one as a child object of this one, and make this one as a child object of this one, and these two we can make it as one object. So in After Effects we will have parent, child of this one, so we can rotate individually to look like hand. So later in After Effects I will explain to you guys in the part 2 how to animate this one. So don't worry about this one. Only thing you need to know is you need to keep these things in different layers, which I will show you guys in a while. Okay, so now the last thing is the fingers. So this, I'm only going to draw one finger for this character, and make these two as rounded corners, and make it like this, bit more slanted. And let's bring it in here, and let's make it like that, and select both of them. Let's bring it to the corner. Let's zoom in, just fit it to the corner nicely like this. Select all of them and make them as rounded corners. Now you can fit in nicely like this. Okay, maybe this one is too big, too long. Maybe we bring it until like this. Okay guys, I think our hand is okay. Alright guys, so let's select everything and go to layers. We make one more layer. We need to create more layers for other objects also. I will create in a while. So let's put this one in this layer first and call it right hand, and let's bring it smaller and then bring it in here, make it bigger. Okay, what I want to do is I want to make this one bigger like this. So select everything and just bring it like this. Select all of them, bring it like this, and this one will have the same color as this one, the shirt, but we need to give some shadows so that we will have the depth. So to the shadows, what I will do is I will make a copy of this one and bring it here and give the darker tone, which is this one, and I bring it behind. We can adjust the size a bit like that, and maybe like this, so we will have this nice shadow. We select all of these and make it as one object group. You can call it arms. This one in here also will have a shadow which will be like this, and I will give a shadow tone from here. This one we bring it here, make this corner as a rounded corner. Now we bring the end to the front, make sure the shadow is visible, so we bring it until here, maybe make it bigger, and bring the end to cover the shadow. This one also. Let's adjust these things nicely. Alright guys, so I think this is good enough. One here. Okay, so this shadow is fine. And one last thing is I need to have a shadow here also. So let's go in here, let's draw a shadow like this, and I want to give the shadow color. Then I copy from the hand, Ctrl C, Ctrl Shift V, we will place on top, and we only want the center portion. Give a color back again, bring this one to the top. Okay guys, so we have our hand. The last one is I need to give a shadow in here as well. Like this. You can use the rectangle tool to create the shadow also, but this way using the pen is faster guys, so that's why I use the pen tool. Alright, so this look all good. Now what I want to do is I want to draw the left hand, then we are good to go. Okay, so the left hand. So left hand is going to holding the phone. So let's draw the phone first. So to the phone I'm going to use the pen tool, which is easier. So the phone is going to be somewhere around here like this. Maybe like this. Yeah. You can adjust the perspective with these points. So this is the phone, so let's give a depth to the phone. Here also we will have a depth to the phone. Alright, so let's give some nice colors first. So for the bottom of the phone I'm going to give the darker tone, and for these maybe I will have this one, and for this one I will have the lighter tone. And we need to adjust this one a bit. Like this is looking good. Yeah, this is fine. And this hand, the left hand, there is not much movement in there, so we don't need to worry too much on that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the shoulder and arms like this, and I will have the same color tone as this one. I send it to the back, and now use the rectangle to draw the other parts of the hand, just rectangles first. So let's bring the rectangle here, let's bring it here, right click, arrange back, and for this one I will give this color, and we make a copy of this rectangle, and let's rotate it like this and bring it in here, give the same color as this one, bring it back, select both of them and make as one object, and we press the minus key and delete the unnecessary points. And now I select this one, make as a rounded corner. On this part we bring this one here and this one also until here. Now we bring this one for the hand, rotate a bit like this, which is hand, it's like hand is holding the phone. Maybe rotate a bit. So we go into this edge, make it as a rounded corner, and this one also make it as a rounded corner. Here same as other rounded corner, and we give the color of the hand, and we need to have one more rotate. This is going to be our thumb, which is holding the phone. So I'll bring it here, use the control and open parentheses to bring this one behind, and this here I will make this as a rounded corner. So we have our hand holding the phone, and since there is not much movement in this hand, you don't need to worry too much on this one. Alright, and select everything, and the hand, maybe we rotate and adjust like this. Alright, and this one we bring it a bit. Okay guys, so our hand is ready. Only thing I need to put is put some shadows to make some depth, and then we arrange the layers, then we can go to the part 2. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a copy of this one and make it smaller like this, and bring it in here and give a shadow, so it's look like we are having this shadow from the phone. And maybe like this is fine, and we go in here, we will have this from start from here until like this. So we bring it to the shirt corner, align with the shirt corner, and give a shadow. Let's bring it behind until you see that depth, and now adjust this one like this, so we will see the depth of that hand. Alright guys, so I think our main parts of this character animation is already done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this part faster. I'm going to use the same techniques. I'm going to use mostly rectangle to create all these objects, and you guys can see there is nothing much different, so that's why I made this part faster. If you have any questions on this part, you can ask me on the comment section. I will try to reply as much as I can. After this speed art portion, I will explain it to you guys how to arrange all the layers properly in Adobe Illustrator. We have to arrange the animated layers separately, and so that we can easily animate them in Adobe After Effects. After that, we can go to part 2 and animate them in After Effects. Alright guys, so we have done all the necessary components for the animation. Now what I want to do is I want to resize this artwork. Maybe let's make it like 1000 by 1000. Okay, then we resize everything to fit into our artboard. Let's unlock the background also. Let's scale it down a bit. Yeah, all good. So now what we have to do is we need to arrange these layers correctly so that we can animate them in After Effects. Background layer, we don't have any change, so we can keep it as it is now. And these layers, these things are not going to animate, so I will just call it as a cube and just leave it like that. And this one we rename it as body, and in the body we don't have any movement, so we just leave it, but then we will have movements in the hands. This one a slight movement, so I copy all those things including the shadow, everything, and let's make a new layer and call it left hand, and bring everything to there. Alright, so this everything in here, and this one also. Let's lock this one for now. Okay, so let's copy all these and bring it to left hand. Alright, so all the layers are in left hand are there, so let's bring it behind. So for the right hand, we are going to have 3 different set of layers because we are going to animate them individually. So what I will do is I will create 2 more layers here, and this one will be right arm, and this one right elbow, and this one is right hand. Okay, so let's bring everything to the designated layers. This one I will bring it to the arm layer is correct. So this one I will bring it to right elbow, and we need to have one more layer for the shadow, so I will rename this one and call it right elbow shadow. Alright, and we have the elbow in here and we have the shadow in here. Oops, yeah, now it's correct. Alright, so right hand, we will bring it to the right hand, and one more thing with the shadow, and one more thing we have to do is we need to bring this to the top also. Let's have right hand finger, so the finger will be in here. So it's all up to your animation, guys. But this shadow we don't need to worry, because when the movement is there, the shadow will move with the finger. So I will bring the shadow also to the finger layer, and I bring the finger to the front. Alright, so the hand is already done. Now next thing is we have to work on the head. So let's create a new layer, but this layer will be behind the body, and let's bring everything in the head to the that layer, and we call as face or head. Alright, so in the head we have 2 things animating. One is this one, the top part, and the other one will be the glasses. So let's make glasses as a separate layer. Okay, so let's bring the glasses, all the parts of glasses into that layer, and the final layer will be the head, the hair movement. So let's create one more layer in here. Let's call it hair, or maybe head open. So when the head will open like this, like this, the information which is poop will go there go there. Alright, and this one also we need to separate, because the shadow, we don't need to show the shadow when the head is open. So I will create one more layer and call it head open shadow, and I will bring that one in here and bring the layer behind the head, which this one, sorry, I need to bring it here. Alright, so all parts are done. The final part will be this one is a separate layer. Let's call it poop. Okay, and this one, let's ungroup this one and let's have a slide animation also. Let's call it cloud 1, and let's make 2 more layers, cloud 2 and cloud 3. Alright, so let's bring these to this one and these two to the front layer. And we have forget one thing, we didn't separate the legs, so let's separate them also. After the body, we create 4 more layers. This one we call it left leg, and the other one will be left leg, left shoe, leg, I spelled wrongly. Okay, and the other, we need to have one more layer in here. This one will be right leg, and this one will be right shoe. Okay, so let's bring the left shoe to the left shoe layer, and left leg, which is only the moving portion of it, will come to the left leg layer. And here also same, this one will go to the right leg, and the shoe will go to the right shoe. Alright guys, all our layers are separated nicely. All we need to do is just save this as a Adobe Illustrator file, and in the part 2 I will show you guys how to animate all these layers to get this cool animation in Adobe After Effects. And thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next tutorial.